Alright, what's up, yins guys? Had to do a retake on this video several times because I wanted to put a couple of things into parentheses in reference to this video, and but I'm gonna go and say something outright first and then have these other references that I'm gonna put in parentheses later on that relate. But this video is going to be pretty much about something I saw on the TV news too, and this kind of is something about affects my personal beliefs personally. Why I want to see how many people you guys watching will think I am an asshole and a fool for saying or believing this too. And keep in mind too that this guy that I'm going to make reference to on the news too, did it actually made the news, and why I wouldn't be comfortable being in this position. I'd kind of be on the borderline in some cases that I believe you might want to tell somebody to go to hell and snub these things. But I'm not putting this guy down for accepting it, but why I won't. And this made the news right after a thing I encountered, and some people next to me I was working with asked me, if somebody gave you a car, would you take it? Because they're trying to belittle me politely. I mean, they're not bad people. They were sort of people you work next to, both black and white were next to you, challenging and kind of trying to politely belittle me for, oh, you don't want a car or whatever too. But right after I have this conversation with these guys, you know, I tell them no. They're trying to laugh at me. I'm laughing at them back. Why would you want to accept somebody that gives you away a car? Except maybe a couple of you guys watching that's real close friends, relatives. And you even got to watch some of them, because there's a case. Well, I make this case where, and this can dovetail into some of you that have different kind of beliefs religiously too, which I have some in my own way, and I regard it religious to rebel against certain things, and I would even use certain philosophies, everything from Bible. But not to go on, but I'm going to tell you, if you got this far in this video, I'm making this video about this, not to talk about this so much, that I saw on the TV news that this made the news. That, okay, there was this one guy which was walking to work all the time every day, and which I myself, I walk, but I have a bike that I put a lot of money into, and I also put a lot of money into a bike I got, you know, and I paid good money to get all new rims. The disc brakes that I had ordered just cost me some money to do the fixing myself. And I've taken rides when I decided to walk, willingly to walk. If my bike needs maintenance, did I walk? And I don't care. I personally don't give a shit, because I got a couple of different things like MP3 things and MP3 phones, that my Bluetooth speaker. If you ain't somebody I know, okay, that I know real well, that I haven't seen in a long time, or somebody I know from around the way, I could give a damn less if I take a ride from you, and I reserve a right to say, no, that's all right. And plus, if you're not somebody I know, you might be, oh, you think I'm somebody in misery that wants to be graced with a ride. Hey, you might be interrupting me when I want to listen to my tunes. Hey, if you pick me up, I'll be at this job a little too early. I'm going to listen to tunes anyway. So, part of me don't give a damn. But anyway, this guy on the news, and maybe some of you guys watching this too, that will be in a position like this, you'd have mixed feelings about it. Like, oh, and then he started, and this guy on the news was being picked up at a regular basis after a while, you know, and he regarded it as noble that the guy's willing to walk real far to keep a job, which is a good thing, because I believe in doing that too. But I'm trying to say how me and this guy is different. Well, later on in the news story, becoming newsworthy, that's the reason why I'd go a different way on this. The guy decides to maybe put some of his own money on his own, because it's so noble that he, and I'm not putting this down. Part of me, it takes so long to say this because I don't want to ridicule it. I'm trying not to laugh. And I don't want to laugh like I'm putting this guy down. But the reason why I would go a different way, the guy went further. Okay, maybe he meant well. I'm going to put some of my money forth, and he went on the internet, got a bunch of people in a wake. I'm saying this from memory. I'd have to look the article up. Something similar. I want to say something similar to GoFundMe that he got with his on social media. Get this guy a car, and I'm here to tell you that I'd practically tell somebody a polite go fuck yourself or polite no way. And the reason why I would. Matter of fact, you guys, I don't want you guys to get me no car. Matter of fact, I said a video about some of you guys on here. Some people have a little things like GoFundMe's and little things on YouTube for PayPal for little donations, and I criticize different people, YouTubers that are doing real well on their YouTubes, but they're taking funds. And why I don't do that, and I was saying how I have friends on social media and why I wouldn't use GoFundMe at all. Like, because you'll be asking your Facebook friends. Maybe you're better looking, a girl or a guy better looking, or have a lot of friends that they're compelled to do it. But I say, plus I have a couple people I made comments on my videos on a regular basis. I see them riding the bike. And if you're one of them already, you see how I am. I'm totally happy with this. And I regard, if you got this far in this video, I regard somebody giving me a car like this is like you're required to worship them some way, even if you've never seen them again, or if it's somebody you work with at a regular basis, which can be just as bad or worse. If you accept somebody that you're working with, that they decide to give you a ride every day, oh, we're going to give you or buy you a car. I don't want it because you're with them every day. It can be somebody in your church. If you believe in your God the way you believe in him, you can say, thanks, but no thanks. You know, you got something that's higher taking care of you. I don't want it. Maybe you're somebody that's that better part of Islam that stays away from that other shit. I don't know. Because I criticize a lot of religions that make a lot of money. I'm not saying that I don't want it. But anyway, this made the news. And this is another case. If you got this far in this video, okay, would ask yourself one question. Would you want to be a guy to say, how come it gets on the news all of a sudden, too? Wouldn't want to be this guy on the news. Because it's like, it becomes newsworthy, but it kind of made me laugh in a way. I mean, if I was this guy, somebody giving me a ride, and all of a sudden I've seen it on the news, that, oh, they got together, pulled together in a social media, oh, get this guy a car. It's so noble. He goes, whether it's taking a bike or walk to work, give him a car. And I regard this as making the news even worse, because whatever beliefs or non-beliefs any of yins guys watching this video has, you can regard it as like everything from this person getting gratification, and every time you drive that car or know that, oh, they made you. Hey, I feature things on my YouTube videos, and I do different job assignments as actually as a trophy location for some of my fitness videos, and I'll be going out on there. I want to do more locations like that, and even rebel against the idea that I was literally fired from a job, not just because of what I was doing in before the clock in, say, my YouTube videos. I do this stuff before the clock, and I got still some of the videos up there, that I literally was strutting in there with a smile on my face and then exercising before the clock. Came in the rain, and I was even asked in so many places if somebody gave you a car. Oh, you're crazy. Oh, come on now. If somebody gave you a car, you wouldn't just take it. You're full of shit. But I'm here to tell you, no fucking way. I wouldn't take no car. And if it made the news, and I'm not putting this guy down, I don't want it, because there's something about it out there, especially when it's put out there. I mean, I would find it newsworthy in a way that I'd tell somebody right on the news right now, if some TV news came to me to say, I would tell the world right now, just like I'm telling you in this video, I would just decline. I says, I don't want no handout that way. As much as I would want maybe somebody cut me a break a little bit. I had people when I did job assignments, okay, you go ahead, leave early. You got your work done early, right? We'll count you for this many hours. That I regard as good. But I know some places, workplaces will give you a gift card for something. I'll take that. But there was also a thing where this one workplace that I got fired from for doing the things I was doing. There was also a thing going on that I knew all along was coming, that people were gossiping about, not just me, other people via social media with their phones. So it led to a thing that they were doing. Anybody who was caught using their phones on social media in the property would literally be fired. And that's what led to me getting in trouble and getting fired. And it was also, before this even came into existence, the idea of people gossiping about each other at these workplaces. I'm being gossiped about. People, like I say in Britain, taking the piss about me riding the bike over at work. Like there was a guy in a bridge that I saw this British guy on YouTube talking about that. I lost track of him. But that's being gossiped about me via Facebook. And me knowing about all this before they started banning social media and people's smartphones, using Facebook to gossip about each other. I knew about the gossip, and it led to me saying, fuck you, I don't want I know what all you people think of me, and if that's what you think of me, I don't want your stupid $20 bonus check, which that don't do shit for me, and an appreciation for busting my ass and being gossiped about and eventually like that. So there was a part of that I was regarded as a fool. If any of you guys have any religious beliefs to a certain point, that you can say some chintzy little, hey, some $20 thing that I'm going to take from you. Or you can say a family member, somebody wants to give you something, like anything like money. So you can turn around and say, gratify yourself that, I fed him, I gave this and that. Yeah. Like Steve Earle said in one of his songs, I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. But the lyrics of that song's a little different. But I said that people in this day and age think you're crazy. They think it's unthinkable to not take something, or at one particular time to say, fuck you, I'm not taking it. But if I played a lottery ticket and won, I'd gladly take that, of course. But like some small little chintzy like things at work or from a family member. I mean, people will say, you got to take everything you can get in this world. You know what I mean? And I preach about extra things that I can get for a financial collapse. Like if there's a financial collapse, stuff that you can eat. I subscribe to the prepper people over on YouTube, and I get criticized for that. I mean, that you can get free right from the earth right now that actually make you feel better. And these things that you eat and make teas out of that literally make you able to just walk to a workplace with a smile on your face. And people with their SUVs and their wives, and they're worried about that they might get rained on, whether they go to these churches or whatever. Get rained on. You believe in God or don't believe in God. You have your SUVs, and the rain's going to ruin your hair or your makeup. Or you're some guy, that rain is going to wash off your man cologne, whether you go to your churches. You have your SUVs, ride your ass around in your fucking little SUVs that you're still making payments on, like you think you're really shit, you know what I mean? But then part of me, like I'm saying in parentheses that these whole beliefs that it wasn't just an insubordination of the job. I done like little fitness things, which is part of my beliefs, before the clock, and nobody gave a damn. But when they found about my beliefs a certain kind of way and why I'm doing it, and on top of that, strutting right in there with a smile on my face and finding the energy to do physical, betterment and exercise, and with different arrogance, strut right in there and not give a damn about having a car. And these people have these SUVs, right? And still they kind of strut in there, they'll do their gossip and they're talking with each other, but yet I'm walking in there with a smile on the face, and some of them outside of their gossip about each other, you pick up that their energy level was a little less and you got more of this energy. And it's like people will get jealous of you, that you can outright not give a damn and walk strutting there with a smile on your face. And how come these people there have their fancy cars and their SUVs, that they're making payments and they're living on credit and they're working in some job just like you? Oh, they learn to hate you. They'll hate you with every fiber of their being. And the ones that don't hate you with every fiber of their being, they can be okay people, but oh, I don't understand this. This ain't normal. Or maybe you better get him a psychological exam. Everybody wants a fancy car, and oh my God, just walking somewhere just for the hell of it. Well, people do that as a sport too. It's called running, and then they go on bike races for a sport. But oh, that's just some bullshit on TV. Anybody actually just and maybe you're doing those. And so my whole idea, the fitness things I put on YouTube, has multi-purposes, and that's why I do it. And that's why I'm trying to put all this in parentheses. That's why I'll go on here right now and tell you, no fucking way. Like, not to laugh at this guy that made the news, why I'm different. And just because of it making the news, if I ever even thought for a minute it would make the news. But even something that doesn't make the news, I wouldn't take somebody give me a car. And I had people that I worked in places laugh at me or think that I'm full of shit when I say, when they ask me, oh, how about if somebody gave you a car, would you take it? Would you want one then? I say no. They laugh at me. Some of them don't believe me. And some of them say, oh, you're a fool. And yeah, yes, there was times I did refuse, but I don't think I think that anybody that ever did offer me a car, and you take my word for it that somebody did offer me, but I personally think that they were trying to bait me and say, oh my God, and I'd be drooling over it, just like, you know how some people have no intention of doing such a thing, but yet thinking you're going to drool over it. And I'm like, and they're like, with this mortified look on their face, you know what I mean? So I'm like one of these things. Don't even think that, you're going to give me something and I'm going to have to worship you, or I'm going to, and then if I take it from you, I'm saying that I'm actually really in misery, that I don't really want to actually walk anywhere. I don't really want to ride a bike anywhere. And I had some people that know me from town and from some places that I don't know very much, will say, or text me on my Facebook and say, oh, I saw you downtown walking the other day. Where's your bike? I mean, it's like walking is some kind of big deal. I said, well, geez, maybe I don't have to pull a bike out. Maybe I want to walk to a store or whatever, carry 4 gallons of milk, just, because of what I'm featuring on Facebook. That want to walk. It's getting to the point where walking is something like, they literally will say, oh, I saw you walking the other day. I mean, did they want to take a freaking car or SUV just to go to some local store? I mean, are you fucking kidding me? People, I regard it as people getting that freaking full of themselves and lazy to a certain extent, you know what I mean? And you do your job that you got to do, and then you go, well, watch TV. I mean, I could put John Carpenter's Late Live in there. Roddy Piper and his guy with the glasses, and you seeing the truth, so to speak. Not putting cars down, but I mean, have me win the lottery and give me some little modest place away from you damn assholes, and I'll maybe dress somewhere more moderate and below the trumpet that I got a bunch of money that I don't have to be next to you stupid asshole, dumb asshole. But yeah, anyway, I had this one of the best paying jobs I ever had in a neighborhood, and I lived in a neighborhood where my brother right now lives, but I used to live across from a restaurant. People thought I was crazy. Why don't you get a car? And I had enough money just to get a hell of a nice car. But in this particular place too, in the businesses, a lot of people left the building I was living in they came and go. I lived there for like over like a decade, and people came and go that were my neighbors because people from the businesses were parking in the parking lot of the businesses, but when they ran out of place to park, they parked there, and they just. But me, I didn't give a fuck because I didn't have a car, and I didn't want one either, and it was just easier for me to live in a job close to where I'm at, and shit like that, you know. And I'll put in parentheses people down the street in the nice houses down here. We had some restaurants and businesses where I lived by. Some of them in the nice houses didn't like their parking places taken, you know, and they put chairs in front of them. And I might as well put my local radio station that was WDVE Pittsburgh. They actually had a song that they were parodying the Pink Floyd song. And they were saying, "Hey, Yuns, what are you doing parking there? Can't you see that's my lawn chair? Please don't park there. Why don't you go park downtown?" And like, we had a morning show that would do some parody songs. And that's in my head. And I had influences like local radio stations, so to speak. But so there were some people that lived in houses in Pittsburgh where those businesses had the same problem, you know, people parking. So where I lived one time had that thing where people wanted a parking space because they owned a house by there, and people took it when they were coming from work and they had to park somewhere else. So put that in parentheses. I'm trying to say all this in one damn video. If any of you guys, maybe a few of you people that know me at a regular basis, watch this video this far, but I mean, I can make a longer video why I can give a fuck less, at the same time not put people down. And I literally had to have this video so it goes on the on like a video card. I have a larger capacity video card because usually my videos will time out, but I'm just going to post this video as it is if you wanted to fast forward and say why. And I'm going to title it, I think, something associated with people making the news because they were given a car because they thought it was high regard walking to work. I wanted to put everything I do on YouTube and think on YouTube as parentheses, and all the videos that I want to delete that were older and plus lesser quality videos to do updated versions of the videos, you know what I mean? Things that I don't regret, but yet they need updating because they were videos that were sitting on real long. They were just suckier videos. But I don't regret things I'm saying in it, but they need updated and more stuff said. But yeah, I wanted to go in. God damn it, geez, 23 minutes I was saying this, but maybe I can just break down pieces of this into other videos in case you guys didn't watch that far, but I'm ready to take this camera phone and press the stop button. But yeah, it's like Henry Rollins said, talking and thinking between the lines and in parentheses. So much shit to say that I want to put some of my own quotes in videos and talk about them and put those other things that I said in parentheses and even make references to so many other people, YouTubers and people in parentheses, you know what I mean? Before I hit the button, I was going to put in parentheses, there was a guy that rides a bike saying, just like me, he told, I found him because how to make a tire liner for your bike to reduce punctures. And I'm with him and a couple of them other guys about, I should have said earlier in the video, this is one of my things if I didn't say that already, giving some insurance company my money for free to be graced with the privilege to drive. I mean, it's, to end this video, it's fine if you're making a hell of a lot of money as opposed to what you're paying. But if you're making a certain wage, I actually think that you say you're going to make a car payment and you're making this wage, and is it getting to a point where you got to live on credit to fucking pay your bills, right? And you want to impress everybody with a nice car, you're living on credit and you're paying that. And you're giving people money in car insurance. How much, even you people making way larger wages than me, you can be buying a car that's beyond your means and a house that's beyond your means, right? You're living just for that fucking, what the fuck is that? That's just existing. You might as well live at work and have friends at work, and better have a bunch of friends at work and not enemies. And you might as well just live at work, because you're going to work, if you do get overtime, work fucking 70 hours and you're paying these taxes. Just to be graced with riding this car to keep up with the Joneses and be in traffic, which I would rather cheat. I actually laughed in the face of certain people they're in a traffic jam. And I'm riding right past some of these people because there are certain ways that I don't have to worry about. There's certain things you can't do with a car, so to speak. Well, there's people that tried and got in wrecks doing it, but I was able to just cut across something and cheat. And if you're like, and that's why, and you want to put in parentheses, the city of Pittsburgh, how they put bike lines in Pittsburgh and pissed off drivers, made it more bike friendly, so to speak. Some people love it, some people hate it. And if I lived in the city of Pittsburgh, I would probably be right at home there if I had steady work right there, you know what I mean? But so might as well take that into consideration, you know what I mean? I also will close this right now by saying that if you got this far in this video, I have a saying about giving a rat's ass that's kind of funny. That how can you give a rat's ass? The ass of the rat isn't yours to give, so let the rat keep his ass. Or you can pick up a rat and hand him to somebody else's ass first, and yes, you're giving a rat's ass. And if the other person wants to accept the rat ass first, to give a rat's ass, you're sort of offering up the rat's ass, and it's up to the other person if he wants to accept. So I'll have another saying too, that in some certain things, that if a rat's ass should really be offered or even given about a particular subject. So that's what I say about tolerance to a certain thing. You can say sometimes you give a shit. There's some and I also have a thing where I say there's certain aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck. It's not that I don't give a shit or give a fuck. It's there's some aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck that I don't give a shit or a fuck about. And at any given time, when and where should a rat's ass be given, or a fuck be given, or a shit be given, or even offered? You know what I mean? So yeah, we have that motto there about when you tolerate something or other person tolerates you. That's where I say, let the rat keep his ass. You know what I mean? The rat's ass isn't yours to give, or is not mine to give. Let the rat keep his ass. It belongs to the rat. Let the rat keep his ass. So that kind of tells you something about tolerance. You know, live and let live, even if you do it in a smirky, smart-ass kind of a way. If you've gotten this far in this video, and matter of fact, this video is so fucking long, that I need to cut a snippet from the end of this video and post it as a separate video if you got this damn far. Okay, this really is the end of the video this time, honest. Okay, here I go. See you guys next video. See you next time.